Hi, this is Jim Chu with Royal LePage Real Estate Services. This week, I have a very special guest, Slavica from InsuranceLand.
Everybody, yeah, my name is Slavica Bissylas. I am an insurance broker with InsuranceLand. We take care of Ontario insurance, home and auto, and I specialize also in a group insurance. What that means, for an example, Port Credit BIA members have a exclusive special discount for home and auto, and that can save them anything between $500 and $800. That goes for their employees as well as the family members. So a little bit of everything. And InsuranceLand is a local Mississauga brokerage.
And how long you been with InsuranceLand?
Just over a year.
Just over a year. And you do a lot for the Port Credit community. So why don't you tell my viewers or the viewers a bit about your connection with Port Credit?
Well, I live in Port Credit as well as I do work from Port Credit, but I am also involved with many charitable organizations, and we truly believe in supporting our community that we live in and work in.
Yeah, and so which charitable communities, community groups are you involved with?
In particular, I am also a chair of Twas the Bite Before Christmas Foundation. And we as a team started Feed Mississauga initiative just when the pandemic started. And we believe in, we support Mississauga community, and we strongly believe that together we can make a difference and huge impact. And we believe that we fight hunger, feed hope, and empower people in need. This is our 14th year, and we have big plans for this year, and hopefully you can be there for us.
Yeah, looking forward. I always like to help support the local businesses and local organizations. So yeah, I look forward to getting out there.
Yeah, well, with Feed Mississauga, we delivered over 20,000 meals for people in need. And what we did, we would partner with the local community businesses and support them in support of others as well.
Great. Okay, so on to the main show, you could say, insurance. And so I have some questions for you, if you don't mind. And just give people some ideas. First off is about tenant insurance. So should tenants have tenant or content insurance when they're renting?
Absolutely. I will speak for the province of Ontario. Even though that it's not regulated by law, you should definitely have tenant insurance. And in the last several years, especially, I don't think that there are many landlords who will actually give you the lease unless you are insured, unless you can have a tenant package, tenant insurance. It's extra peace of mind for them as well. So that is definitely a habit of, you absolutely have to have a tenant insurance, and for several reasons. In case if something happens to the property that you are in, you are protected. Like, for example, fire or break-in, as well as liability and damage to a third party. You absolutely should have a tenant insurance. And that can depend on definitely how, what is the content that you have. Just you need to keep in mind that anything between the walls you need to protect. So that can be anything from 35,000 or it can go as high up as 100,000. So it really depends also on your belongings as well as betterment and improvements that you did or have at the location that you live in.
Okay. And, you know, tenants, they're always watching their budget. Sometimes some of them are really tight with money. So just to give some people an idea, are you able to tell us approximately how much the tenant insurance would be if they were to rent a small, maybe like a 500-600 square foot basement apartment, 1 bedroom basement apartment? Any idea how much that would cost them?
As I mentioned earlier, it really depends on what they have and what they want to secure, but it's anything between 300 and 400
Okay.
minimum per year.
Yeah.
If you are paying it annually, you will save yourself 2 or 3% depending on who you are with, because if you're going by month, if you're making monthly payments, there is a little percentage that it's added as well.
Okay.
So you're saving by paying all at once as well.
Sure. All right. So that's good. That's good to know. Older houses, if you're looking to buy, sometimes you come across homes with knob and tube wiring or even aluminum wiring. And, some people think those are red flags when they're buying, but as an insurance perspective, can you get insurance for homes that have like knob and tube or aluminum wiring?
For the aluminum wiring, it's fine if it's in the house.
Yeah.
However, it should be checked by professional electrician, especially, where the sockets are.
Yeah.
So they need what they do usually, and you should make sure that they do that with every single one of them. They open those sockets and they check the wiring. So they have to make sure that it's properly installed and in a working condition.
Okay.
So that is definitely what you should do. When it comes to knob and tube, no, absolutely not. And if you're doing, and you should be doing a house inspection, you probably are aware of that as well, that these days people are rushing to purchase the home without home inspection, which is a big no-no. You should definitely have that. Or if you're a seller and you're in a hurry as well, you should, there are a lot of sellers as well are doing a pre-listing or they provide all the paperwork about the home. So if the home has a knob and tube, that should definitely be out before you purchase the home or before you sell your house.
Okay. But because some buyers think that because the current homeowner has insurance that covers the knob and tube, they feel that if they go with the same insurance company, that they can get the same policy to cover the knob and tube.
It's all individual policy.
Yeah.
Like we are all different case, and you as a home purchaser should definitely not purchase home with a knob and tube. And we don't know the insurance company who will do that and allow that.
Okay.
Case by case, obviously.
Yeah.
But what you have doesn't mean that I will get.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a myth. Some people think that if it's
Exactly.
insured before, they would have no problems insuring the new owner.
Yeah, and you should definitely disclose that. And that's why it's very important to do your due diligence and do your homework, find out the details, and as a seller as well, disclose what it is. And then it's up to you as a buyer to decide what to do. And also you need to disclose that to the insurance company as well.
Okay. And another thing that older homes have that you don't find much these days is oil tanks. So what's the insurance risk, or what's the situation with oil tanks?
There are two cases. Oil tank can be in the house or outside, out of the house. It's better to have it in the house.
Okay.
And the oil tank should not be older than 25 years.
Okay.
So anything older than 25 years, it's a huge hazard
Okay.
and should be either updated, replaced, or, you should not maintenance, and it's a huge hazard. So definitely not older than 25 years.
Okay.
That needs replacement or some other changes.
So if a house has an oil tank, not a problem, so long as it's not older than 25 years.
Exactly. And it's
Good to
in your
know.
benefit
Yeah.
if it's inside, so you're
Yeah.
better protected
Inside.
as well.
Okay, good to know. Okay, next question. With global warming and these severe weathers that we've been getting, we don't get a lot of it, but we've had some severe storms and some flooding. So is it a good idea to get overland flood insurance?
Well, it used to be, you used to have a choice: sewer backup and or overland water.
Okay.
Nowadays, especially I will speak about the Port Credit area. After 2013, a lot of things changed.
Yeah.
If you remember, in 2013, we had that huge flooding.
Right.
There are
Yeah.
very few homes which were not affected. So ever since then, A, every house should have sewer backup, and B, you don't have an option. It comes as a package. Sewer backup and overland water are a must,
Okay.
especially in the areas like ours and quite a few other areas in Mississauga as well. So definitely a must.
Okay.
I just would like to mention something with overland water as well. In case of the storm, like we had,
Yeah.
you are protected for 72 hours after if you end up with a leakage in your home. So because that is still storm water, overland water coming into your house. Anything after 72 hours, it doesn't count.
Okay. Okay.
Those are different issues with your home.
Okay, good to know. Next question. With a lot of us working from homes these days, and even still, some people are starting at-home businesses. Should you get insurance for your at-home business?
That is a very good question, especially these days, last 2 years. It really depends on what type of business you are in.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, let's say you are an accountant or IT or developer, anything in that, or a teacher working from home. No, not necessarily. Or if you have additional equipment that it was brought to your house before you're working from home and stuff like that, you will definitely add an endorsement to your existing current insurance to protect valuables that you have now working from home. However, if you are, for an example, hairdresser or anything like
nail technician.
Exactly. Definitely, you will have to get a commercial policy. And why is that? You have a lot of way more people coming in and out of your house. So liability changes. Therefore, you should get a commercial policy with an IT or accountant, or if nobody is coming to your house or very few people, it doesn't change much. So it really depends on the nature of the business.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's if you're actually serving customers in your house, then yeah. So get a commercial policy. If you're just working from home, just maybe just a rider on your policy, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Or as we say, endorsement.
Endorsement. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rider. Okay. So next question. Now, a lot of people, I say a lot of people, but there are people out there that are using their vehicles for business purposes. Uber being the main one. There's been a lot of talk in news lately, and that Uber drivers should be insured. But what about uh, not necessarily Uber, but what about people that are using their cars for deliveries, whether it be for a delivery company or whether they have their own personal business and they're using their vehicle to deliver to customers? What's the
Uh,
or implications there?
Very good question, Jim. So for example, as you said, if you are Uber and pizza driver,
Yeah.
or any other food driver, whatever, these days there are many companies, Skip the Dishes and stuff like that, you need to have a commercial policy for that, depending on an amount of hours, amount of work, a mileage. It really depends on a business that you're involved in. But let's say Uber driver, pizza driver, absolutely you have to have a commercial policy. But if you are as a real estate agent or salesperson, you need to be rated properly. There is that endorsement 07, so that kind of gives you additional liability because you have people driving around and showing them homes, or for sales purposes, taking them from location to location. So you just need to be properly rated. And yet again, depending on nature of the business, you will be usually rated by, it's a 07 rate.
Okay, good to know. So that was great. Learned a lot. Hopefully my viewers learned something about insurance. If you have questions about insurance, please leave them in the comments. And if we get enough questions, we'll probably do another video like this with Slavica. And so thank you very much for your time. My name is Jim Chu with Royal LePage Real Estate Services. And like I always say, if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate, just hop on the choo-choo train. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you.